No one tells you what it's like to be on a federal jury duty. So I'm gonna let you know my experience. I had this experience a few months ago. Welcome to Everyday with the Big Guy. My name is Tim. Day of recording, Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. I'm in the downtown Yakima in front of the federal courthouse, the William O. Douglas courthouse. I'm going to tell you my experience, how I became a federal jury a few months ago. Next to the Capitol Theater in downtown Yakima, it's the, if you can see the flag, the William O. Douglas. It's a very cool old building here. And all of downtown Yakima is pretty cool. An Olive Garden down there. And today I'm on the other side of the Larson building. I think it's more quiet in the car. The street noise walking around. So I'll just tell you my experience, how it all started. A few months ago, actually I got double slam. I got the summons for the city and federal. How the city works here in Yakima. We have like 2 weeks and you get a call every day. So, and then like a few weeks later I got for the federal, and that one you just call once a week for 2 weeks. And the city one you call every day for 2 weeks. So when that happened, you know, I avoided the city. I was pretty excited because who really wants to do jury duty? And then when the federal, like, called once a week, twice, so I was thinking my group would not be called. I think I was like group 12. I'm not sure how everything works. So I avoided the first week, and then I just called one more time, and then my heart sunk when they called the group name. Just one group. It was my group. Like, so then showed up on the date. Let's see. Got up here. We had to be here at 8 a.m. I got here about like 7:40ish in the morning. It was a pretty big line. They opened the doors at 8. Walked in, you know, had all your paperwork and go through security. Then they give you your name and your, like, a number. Because there were about, I think, 50 of us. So we had a number, you know, for us to be picked. Oh yeah, before, skipping ahead, when you did get the summons, you had a questionnaire you filled out. And the rumor was, like, pretty much, at least what was told, I don't know if there's any truth, that the judge and the lawyers pretty much picked out, I think 90%, 99% from just the questionnaires. But I don't know how truth that is, or truth. But anyways, then through security, got our numbers, and we just sat in the room waiting. They played us a video about jury. And in here, it's the downstairs courtroom, kind of. And then we went upstairs where the courtroom where we're going to be at. We sat where if you were a visitor, sit on the seats. And then we all sat down and met the judge, met the lawyers. And they just gave us a little, like, I won't talk about the case, even though it's over and everything, but just something I don't want to talk about, just in case. So I'm just giving my experience of how the jury duty process works in a federal form. Then we all sat down, the judge introduced himself, and the lawyers introduced themselves, and then give you the scenario of the case. Like, if you work in the field or know the defendant, you pretty much, you know, immediately disqualified. There's a few people like, oh, I work in that field. Well, that's one way to get out of it. And the judge said, you know, recognize the defendant or hear about the case, and there's one person's like, oh, I thought you looked familiar. I think they were just trying to get out of it. A few other people, I couldn't think of excuse, or just, I'm there. Let's just see what happens. And then hand everyone a microphone. Just introduce your name, think where you're from, and think what you did. Just 3 real quick questions, not a whole lot. And then after everyone went around, and then I think the judge asked, say, is there anything that would keep you from doing jury duty? A few people had medical excuses or stuff. Then everyone, the lawyers and the judge, I picked the 13, 12 on a jury, but one just in case something happens. Then out of our whole group, I think only 2 people were no-shows. He said it's always disappointing that there's always at least one in every group. I know they threaten on the summons, like you can get a warrant, or it's a misdemeanor to do a no show for jury duty. But see, I wasn't thinking 12 or 13 of my number group. Then they start numbers, and everyone's like, no one really wants to do jury duty. I didn't want to do jury duty, and then they said 12, and my heart just sank. I didn't think I was going to get picked. So I was like, well, I got picked. See what this is all about. Well, I didn't mention when I first entered the courtroom, it's pretty nice, like old building, but it's been renovated. It's like almost like, wow, a courtroom. At least how I felt. But the jury seats were nice, big leather chairs. I heard someone from my work just had city jury duty, and they sit on hard benches. So it doesn't sound fun for a city. So if you're going to do jury duty, federal is where it's at. So yeah, after we all got picked, they escorted us to the jury room while they get all the lawyers and judge get everything ready after the case. They picked the 13. Room was all right. It wasn't too big, enough for everybody, and then they had snacks and all the water we can drink. And then just the process. And their days it went for 6 days. So usually about 9 a.m. start time. Sometimes like 9:30, depending if the judge and the lawyers had to work on something. But it was pretty much, got 2 breaks and a lunch. Sometimes more if something in the case they need to talk about. I think that one time we had like 5 breaks. A lot of issues or stuff legally they had to sort out if they couldn't say in court. And then one of the days we actually had a 2-hour lunch because they had a lot of extra stuff they had to do. So when you're a jury, you had it's a nicer time, a little break. But the hardest part, I think, was deliberating on the 6th day, like right at lunch or right before lunch. We had to deliberate. They were all done, but we couldn't leave the jury room, so they catered for us and bought our lunch for Olive Garden right over here. But all the other days, if you were out of town, they would pay you back for lunch, but I was local, so I had to pay for all my lunch. But I went to Jimmy John's over here a few days, a little bar, got a burger. But yeah, the Olive Garden was pretty nice to cater. But we deliberated for almost 5.5, 6 hours. And the term, it was hard, learning the rule of law from just overall, see how the government works, how the rule of law works. It's very interesting. Then, keyword, reasonable doubt. You can go on forever thinking what a reasonable doubt is. So, interesting situation. Every situation would be different if you get jury duty. the person has a reasonable doubt to do or not to do. But yep, took about 6 hours to deliberate, and then after that we're all done. For me, it was kind of nice. I got my work for like 6 days. But I kind of like, because I usually work later afternoons. It was nice having being somewhere 9 to 5. And to be honest, I was a little bummed that it was over. I started thinking something I was not going to like, but it was a really nice learning experience. And then it's like when it was over, it's like, oh, bummer. I had a good time, surprisingly. So it's like, yep. So at least on the federal form, hopefully I can do it again. I would like to be a jury again. I don't know about the city after hearing, but it's like, it is what it is. But yeah, my time as a jury was a positive one. I wasn't sure like how things gonna work. The judge was really cool with us and everyone. So I had a good time. So I was surprised, and then it was a real nice learning experience. Interesting to people testify, stuff you see on TV, but experience it for yourself. It was pretty extensive. Some of the people were testifying almost like 2 hours, some a little longer, some was like 15-20 minutes depending on the situation. But yeah, it was a real eye-opener and a great learning experience. So if you get an opportunity, it's a great, of course, every city and state would be different, but mine was a positive one. I recommend just try and go with your head straight, and it was really a good experience. Yep, you see the Larson building behind me. I'm just going to cross the street and walk by the courthouse, maybe Capitol Theater, and some other areas in Yakima. I can walk. I'm walking. Light's still green. But yep, this is the federal courthouse. And it was built, I forget what year, early 1900s. Some great history about this building. Justice William O. Douglas Federal U.S. Courthouse. Yeah, the time I spent 6 days here. There's some bars on the bottom, like a basement. But next door is the Capitol Theater. There are a lot of cool buildings in downtown Yakima. Olive Garden over there. That's where I actually had my first date with my wife over there. It's a cool little mural or Capitol Theater. And there's what's going on in the Capitol Theater. Let's see what's going on. Get you into good stuff that's going on. The Beatles Experience, March 22nd. Cinderella. Pretty cool. I still haven't seen Shelley here, but like to. Washington Building, Olive Garden, bronze coin and collectibles. I'm gonna meet my wife here in a little bit. I don't know if I have time to run in there, but you can see bronze coin. Let me do that one. Old school alleyway. It's kind of reminds me of the movies almost, kind of. Yeah, so that's a little bit of downtown Yakima. I'm gonna head over and meet my wife. I think we might run to Target. She's on her lunch break here in a little bit. So I'm gonna meet up with her. These days I'll walk around more. Yeah, there's some bronze coin collectibles. There's Olive Garden. What else is down here? I like the old Yakima sign. Reminds me of Willy Wonka font from the Wonka bars. Willy Wonka. Yes, I think so. That was crossed.
Wait.
Wait.
Wait. Wait. Wait.
I'm
Wait.
waiting. I'm waiting.
Wait.
Alright, just across the street. I don't think. What time is it? Yeah, Olive Garden should be open. It's about 11:14 in the morning. A little overcast. Yeah, we're downtown Yakima. Other angle from the Capitol Theater and the federal courthouse. Yeah, that was. We enjoyed my little story about being on the jury on a federal case. So who knows what the rest of the day have in store. Here, it's Mickey's Pub. It's a little pub theater. And then they have a movie theater. And it's 21 and older. They serve alcohol, nice recliners. It's not as nice as some other cities have one of those nice theaters, but get what we get for Yakima. Can't complain for a little smaller town. The entrance to the Larson building is over here. Can't really see it. Then there's Jimmy John's here on the left. I had lunch here a few times. Yep, I'm just gonna meet up my wife now for lunch. Not sure what we'll be doing. I think she wants to do Target. Or just hang out. Oh, uh-oh. Said uh-oh, because don't be here a while. What are the odds? This person's saying nope. Thankfully, I'm still doing it on time. What the odds? We're gonna find the train. Here comes the train. There it goes. Chugga chugga choo choo, chugga chugga choo, chugga choo. Choo choo. Go. Oh, I think we have come to an end. There they go. Oh no, look, Bullseye, we're back. What's this? Coca-Cola thing. It's a skinny can. This one's been down really bad. That one too. What is this? Glad it's just a skinny. Oh, it's FIFA. What's that? Like a tall boy Coca-Cola. And Coke Zero. It's the tall skinny form of FIFA.
Look at one of these.
One of those.
It's got raspberry salt, citrus salt, and watermelon salt.
Bullseye Playground's always updating. We're on the search for something. What are we on the search for?
Oh, hello. Electrolytes.
Electrolytes. Bunch of electrolytes over here. Let's check out this protein bar. 3 grams sugar, 18 grams protein. A Reese's peanut. Cup, a little bow. Lips. Team No Feelings. Donut. Heart.
Cute.
Bunch of Valentine's stuff. Weird. Not weird. All the stuff we saw last time.
These meal preps.
What are you looking at now?
Meal prep containers.
Meal prep. Meal prep. You want that one? How you looking?
Give me that.
Yes. Mario stuff. Little chain chomp. That's cool.
I'll do it back in
12:30? What time is it? Luigi. Why does he have a blue hat? Oh, it's Luigi. Nothing here. Let's go check out Funko's, see if they got anything new since last time I was here.
Oh my, two over
I think that thing just tried to fart on me. What's it?
Yeah.
Yep. See Oh, this, I don't remember seeing this last time I was here. The thing's still trying to fart on me. BB-8, that's cool.
Oh, look at the little Valentine's. Itty bitty mystery pups.
That's cool.
You can get a pink Oogie Boogie.
What's this Garfield? The Garfield's not a human. What is this? A Garfield with a mask. Okay. What's this? That's cool. That's cool. It's a cup. Transformer movie. That's a cup. What's this Turtles thing? Terminate the Turtles, superheroes. Cool. The Mummy. Oh, great. Look. What's this? Oops. Phantom of the Opera. What's this? Ooh. Greg, you might like this one, possibly. This is at Target. It's 35 bucks. Phantom of the Opera.
Earl Sinclair. Not the daddy. Not the daddy. Or not the mama.
Not the mama. That's cool too. Frankenstein. So the other ones, they got Phantom of the Opera, the Mummy. I think that's it. Oh, what's this Jaws? I got to see. Sorry about the camera. One more thing. Oh, it's Roy Schneider. That's it. Yeah, that's cool. Trying to do this with one hand. But yeah, that's cool. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you're new here, hope I earn your subscription. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.